Welcome to Arkaya Radio, talks on full-spectrum decolonized yoga and tantra, as well as the allied Indian arts and sciences, indigenous wisdom, healing, and the path of personal and spiritual evolution. Arkaya Foundation is a not-for-profit school founded and led by Yogacharini Maitreyi, who is a life guide on the path. Born and raised in the yogic culture of South India, she now resides in Vancouver, Canada, and leads programs online and in person for students worldwide. Join us for the online Community Satsangh every Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific, or learn more about Arkaya's on-demand courses and our online 500-hour Embodied Expansion certification, where you can become a holistic coach, healer, trainer, and leader. Learn more at arkaya.net. Hello, namaste, everybody. Ross McKeachie here. I'm the community director and assistant teacher trainer at Arkaya Foundation. And I'm here with our founder, Yogacharini Maitreyi. How are you, Maitreyi ji?
I'm well, Ross. How are you doing?
I'm
Namaste.
good, thanks. So we're going to chat a little bit about the Arkaya Community Class and Satsang that happens every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. PST. It's live on Zoom. And anybody that wants to join, just go to arkaya.net/community class, or just go to arkaya.net and you'll find it under the programs on the Arkaya website there. Maitreyi, what can people expect when they come to that live session every Saturday morning?
So the Arkaya Satsang, or the community class, as the name indicates, Sangha means a gathering, and Sat is the highest reality. So at least once a week, we want to come into union with ourselves and with others and the cosmos. So if you look at it structurally, the first 15 to 20 minutes will be how do we prepare for a meditative space? And all those tools and practices to reconnect to different aspects of ourselves, different parts of ourselves are given. So, for example, we first reconnect to our bodies, we reconnect to our breath, we reconnect to our energy, we reconnect to our spiritual consciousness. And all of this is done in a step-by-step manner, as well as how do you prepare for it is also taught. Then we have a session on the mat for an hour plus, and it is a gentle, mindful Arkaya Tantra Yoga class. And in this class, all these dimensions of ourselves are included, which means people learn how to move consciously and mindfully, learn how to move with the breath, learn how to be cognizant, aware of their energy as they move, learn how to move knowing they're part of this cosmic consciousness. So all these practices on the mat become a structure for life. So it's really important to retrain or decondition the system from old, kind of patterning or conditioning of rush, 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 move, move, move. And therefore, we're shifting our nervous system from suffering to savoring. We're shifting it into ease, which is the ideal state for, I would say healing. So the phase of rest and digest and healing is activated in this session. Then after that, we have either question and answers, or we have a guest speaker, or I would speak about a specific theme for the week. And then, we have some community sharing, and then we close. So that's the structure of the Saturday satsang.
Yeah, it's a wonderful session. And for those who've never been before, sometimes Maitreyi will lead the practice, sometimes I'll lead the practice, or it's one of the trained Arkaya teachers that have either completed our 500-hour EEC, the Embodied Expansion certification, or are doing their practicum for that training. And they're leading sessions on the mat. So there's a lot of different variety of teachers that people get to do practices with. And like Maitreyi mentioned, it's a very gentle, mindful approach. So it's good for any body type. It's good for any level of practitioner. And it takes you deep inside to reconnect with these different parts of yourself. One thing that often like about your teachings, Maitreyi, is talking about this reconnection to the inner child and reparenting, which you touched on a moment ago, that reparenting process. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, before this conversation, also Ross and I were chatting about reparenting and how this is so important. This is a very, very core aspect of yoga, and that's why one of the quotes I usually have in my notes or books is yoga is bonding without being bound. And usually, when we have dysfunctional conditioning, which means we are in home environments that are not healthy, then we feel bound or obligated and we feel stuck. And so, on every level, we're looking at the emotional, we're looking at the physical, kind of aspects in terms of our lifestyle, in terms of our sleeping patterns, how it's impacted. So, on every level, we're looking at our childhood patterning and we're shifting them for the better. Of course, there's a lot more nuances to it, but that's the foundation or that's the basics. And it's invaluable because people can be stuck in that trauma or stuck in that loss of responsibility where they feel, oh, I had such a terrible childhood or I wasn't taken care of. So it's never too late to become your own parent and reclaim agency over not just your body or emotions, but over your whole life. That is what yoga is.
Beautiful. Thank you. Now, anybody who does want to join us, you can do a drop in. The first class is free. If you go to arkaya.net/community class, first session's free. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see instructions with a coupon code. Or you also have the option to register as either a monthly or an annual member. Now, that saves you a lot of money from the regular drop-in rate, and it's done on a sliding scale. So there's three options for how much you want to pay for the membership. And that also gives you access to the huge library of recordings. We've been doing these online sessions every week since 2020. And so there's a huge library there of recorded meditative practices, somatic practices, breath practices, all on the mat, as well as Maitreyi's different thematic talks and different guest teachers and speakers that we've had in. And some of the sessions have kirtan as well, the call and response devotional singing that's common to the yogic tradition. So there's those options for anybody who wants to engage a little more deeply. Anything else you want to share before we say goodbye, Maitreyi?
I mean, there's so much to share, but I would say that at least once a week, I think it's important to invest in oneself, where we become the cycle breakers of family patterns, the cycle breakers of societal patterns that are not healthy, not just to ourselves, but as a community, as a society. And that's why the Sangha are coming together as a community. The Sat means the highest reality, seeking the highest reality, tapping into the highest reality for the well-being of oneself, one's family, and society is so important. Yeah, that's what
Wonderful.
I'd like to leave everyone with.
Thank you so much. So yeah, folks, please come out and check out your first class. Until you experience the Arkaya practice, you might not understand why it's different and how different it feels than the modern kind of fitness approach to yoga. So please come and check it out and experience it for yourself.
Yes, lots of love. And, that's again the foundation of Arkaya as well, prema, which is universal love. So I hope all of you grow in love for yourselves and for others through the practice as well. Thanks, Ross.
Thank you, Maitreji. Thanks for listening to Arkaya Radio with Yogacharini Maitreyi and friends. Don't forget to join us live online from anywhere in the world for the Arkaya Community Satsangh every Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific. Connect with us and learn more about our on-demand courses and the live online Embodied Expansion certification. Visit arkaya.net or find Arkaya Foundation on Instagram and Facebook.